2,000 years ago, the Roman Empire stood at the height of its power. Its armies ruled from the sands of Arabia to the misty cliffs of Britain. Its aqueducts shimmered like silver veins across the land, carrying life-giving water to every corner of its vast domain. Rome was the center of the world, powerful, organized, invincible. But hidden in the heart of its greatest invention was the seed of its slow destruction, a poison that would linger in its pipes, its people, and its legacy. The Romans had discovered a miracle metal. Soft, malleable, easy to shape, and seemingly indestructible. They called it plumbum. We call it lead. To the Romans, lead was progress itself. It made water systems leak-proof, created durable cooking pots, cosmetics, paints, and even sweetened their wine. It was the metal of modernity. But they didn't realize they were building their empire on a silent toxin. The story begins in the aqueducts. Roman engineers were geniuses. They understood gravity and hydraulics centuries before the rest of the world. Their aqueducts carried millions of gallons of water daily through miles of lead pipes, a network so advanced that some of it still exists today. For a civilization obsessed with cleanliness and public health, this was perfection. Baths, fountains, and public latrines flowed with fresh water. But what they didn't know was that every drop carried microscopic particles of lead, invisible, tasteless, deadly. Over time, that poison built up in the water, in the soil, and inside the people who drank from those fountains. Archaeologists today can trace the rise and fall of the empire by studying ice cores from Greenland. Buried within the layers of ancient ice are traces of lead pollution, a fingerprint of Rome's industrial heartbeat. At its peak, the lead levels spike dramatically. And then, they fall. Around the same time, the empire itself began to crumble. Coincidence? Perhaps not. Modern toxicologists have pieced together a chilling truth. The very material that fueled Rome's brilliance may have dulled the minds of its people and poisoned its elite. Chronic lead exposure doesn't kill quickly. It corrodes silently, causing fatigue, infertility, madness, and most devastating of all, a slow decline in cognitive ability. Imagine an empire run by men losing their sharpness, their reason, their judgment, generation after generation. Senators making irrational decisions, emperors known for erratic behavior. Historians once blamed decadence and moral decay. Now science whispers another explanation. Rome was literally intoxicated by its own success. Lead lined everything. Wealthy Romans drank from lead goblets. They cooked acidic foods in lead pans, which leached the toxin into every meal. Even their wine was boiled with lead acetate to create a sweet syrup called seeped. The richer you were, the more you consumed. In a cruel twist of fate, Rome's elite, the decision-makers, the generals, the emperors, were the most poisoned of all. Historians have long debated whether this could truly bring down a civilization. Could a single metal alter the course of history? The answer, while complex, is haunting. Lead poisoning alone didn't topple Rome. Corruption, invasions, economic collapse, they all played their parts. But the effects of lead magnified those cracks. Picture the empire like a grand marble statue. From a distance, flawless. Up close, riddled with invisible fractures. The lead was one of them, a hidden weakness spreading quietly beneath the surface. By the 5th century, the Western Empire was crumbling. The aqueducts that once defined Roman genius fell into disrepair. Without maintenance, the lead pipes turned brittle. The water stopped flowing. And the great baths and fountains, once the pride of the people, went dry. When historians later sifted through the ruins, they found evidence of Rome's obsession with lead everywhere, plumbing systems, paint pigments, and even in the bones of its citizens. Modern studies show Roman skeletons containing lead levels hundreds of times higher than what's considered safe today. The irony is almost poetic. The very civilization that sought purity through water ended up poisoned by it. And yet, this isn't just an ancient tragedy. The ghost of Rome still haunts us. In 2014, the city of Flint, Michigan discovered its drinking water was contaminated with lead, a modern echo of a 2,000-year-old mistake. Across the world, from old homes to aging infrastructure, lead pipes still carry water into our lives. Scientists estimate that millions of people are still exposed to dangerous levels of lead today. Rome's lesson was not learned, only repeated. Every empire believes its technology makes it invincible. Rome believed that. We believe that. But history has a way of humbling civilizations that ignore the consequences of their own progress. So the next time you turn on a faucet, remember this. The clean, clear stream of water that flows out is a story. A story that began with an empire that tried to perfect the world and ended up poisoning itself. The Romans gave us architecture, language, and law, but they also left us a warning carved in their ruins. Sometimes the inventions that define a civilization can also destroy it.